Paint Your Picture Perfect segment. This is where we get real. Yo, what's Gucci fam? Welcome back to Paint for Purpose, where your past doesn't determine your future. I know we've been talking about a lot of spiritual stuff lately, but I just want to touch on Michael Jackson because I didn't get a chance as a fan to say happy birthday to Mike. Mike just turned 67. Happy heavenly birthday, Mike. I had some family obligations going on, but y'all, Mike should still be here to watch all of his beautiful nieces and nephews grow up and to see his beautiful children get married. So you already know this episode is going to be about MJ. And, I just want to say that Michael has touched me tremendously through his music. And June 25th will be a day that I will never, ever forget. I just remember how hot it was that day, what I was doing, where I was at the time when I heard the news that Mike had passed away. Y'all, MJ had that aura and voice unlike any other. Like, he sung like an angel. He was just so angelic. And what I loved about Mike was how humble he remained throughout his fame. He didn't let the fame change him. He was so humble, so sweet, such a beautiful humanitarian who paid it forward. And he will forever be in my heart and cherished for a lifetime. I love how he gave us a lifetime of music, dances to dance to, from Thriller to Billie Jean, The Way You Make Me Feel. And one of my favorite songs by MJ, I would probably have to say, if I was asked, because all of them are pretty much my favorite, it would probably Will You Be There, which is the soundtrack from Free Willy. Or Thriller, of course. But like I said, June 25th was an extremely hard day for me. I remember exactly where I was at. I was finishing up my finals for my geometry class in high school when the news broke to me through my aunt. She called me that day and she asked me how my classes were going because she knew I was finishing up and everything like that. And my mom had wanted to go to the mall earlier that day, so I did go to the mall with her that day, and we just looked around, and it was kind of like something to take my mind off of what I was going through, the assignment that I had to finish up with my geometry class. So I knew the deadline was creeping up, which is why I needed that break. So I just went to the mall with my mom that day. But my aunt, she called me when I was back in and settled, working my classes and whatnot, and she told me that Michael Jackson had passed away. In that moment, I put the phone down instantly, fell to the floor, and cried my eyes out. And I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I cried for days upon days up until his memorial service, which I watched and cried and sitting in front of my TV. Michael has left an impact on me through his artistry, which is how I use, my gifts and think of him when I use those gifts. And that's how I turn my pain. That's how I've turned my pain of losing Michael Jackson to purpose. And from collecting memorabilia over the years, I have so many magazines and I have records, and all of it is part of the process of coping with the loss of Michael Jackson. Like many of you, some fans have even dedicated rooms, like entire shrines to Michael Jackson. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I do plan on creating an entire room that's just like kind of like dedicated to Mike. So whenever I hear his voice, it's like he's reminding me, baby, stop playing small, live loud, love hard, shine bright. So yeah, June 25th was a day that I will never ever forget. I remember crying like a baby, like I lost a family member. But grief can spark greatness, and pain can become power. And it has become my power. And Michael's legacy, it ain't just his, it's mine to carry forward too. Because Michael's music will live forever and forever be my love language, my light, my reminder that legends never die. They just keep inspiring us to keep going in our own lane. So when Michael passed away, like billions of his fans, it broke me. But what a beautiful life he's left and legacy that will forever be cherished. I love you, Michael Jackson. Happy heavenly birthday. Rest in peace. Well, this is Pain for Purpose, where your past doesn't determine your future. Thank you so much for tuning in on this episode of Beyond the Beat with me, Ciara. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Let's show them how we make some lemonade. This is a Mini Hats TV production.
Yeah.